6 p.m. Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Daman Zaman. The headlines. The Prime Minister has reiterated to further strengthen bilateral relations with the United Arab Emirates. The President has urged the private sector to make crop insurance mechanism more vibrant to mitigate the difficulties of farmers against natural calamities. Pakistan strongly condemns the despicable act of desecration of the Holy Quran in the Netherlands. Pakistan's ambassador to the United Nations has called for exploring a new strategy to persuade the Taliban for political and human rights in Afghanistan. Kashmiris on both sides of the line of control and the world over will observe the Indian Republic Day tomorrow as Black Day. The second T20 between Pakistan women and Australia women teams will be played at Hobart tomorrow. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Shahbaz Sharif has reiterated to further strengthen ties with the United Arab Emirates. He said this after receiving the President of the United Arab Emirates, Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, at Chennai Airport in Rahim Yar Khan today. Both the leaders discussed matters of mutual interest in relations between the two countries. Prime Minister Mohammed Shahbaz Sharif has congratulated and extended best wishes to Chris Hipkins on becoming the Prime Minister of New Zealand. In a tweet today, the Prime Minister said he looks forward to working with Chris Hipkins to further strengthen relations between the two friendly countries. The Labour Party leader Chris Hipkins was sworn in as New Zealand's 41st Prime Minister today, following Jacinda Ardern's resignation. Earlier, Chris Hipkins served as Education and Police Minister under Jacinda Ardern. The President, Dr. Arif Alvi, has urged the private companies to chalk out a mechanism for ensuring crop insurance to mitigate the difficulties of farmers whose crops are destroyed by floods or other natural calamities. He was addressing a ceremony titled Importance of Crop Insurance in Modern Era in Islamabad today. The President emphasized on creating awareness and building confidence among farmers to take benefit from the crop insurance policy. He said, keeping in view the massive destruction caused by the recent devastating floods in the country, it is necessary to encourage small farmers to approach insurance companies for insurance of their agriculture produce. Dr. Arif Alvi said it will enable the farmers to get financial assistance of their crops in case of any natural calamity. The President, Dr. Arif Alvi, has urged the masses to follow the golden principles of Islam, which teaches us peace and respect for humanity. Addressing the International Interfaith Peace Conference in Islamabad today, he said there is complete freedom for all minorities in Pakistan to practice their religious rituals, and the Constitution fully safeguards and guarantees their rights. Strongly condemning the abhorrent act of desecration of the Holy Quran in Sweden, Dr. Arif Alvi urged the international community to play its due role for preventing such acts. He termed the act of desecration of the Holy Quran against the internationally accepted norms and principles of legitimate right of freedom of expression. The President also stressed the need of inter-religious dialogue to ensure peace and tranquility in the society. Pakistan has strongly condemned the despicable act of desecration of the Holy Quran in the Netherlands. In a statement today, the Foreign Office spokesperson Mumtaz Zahra Baloch said it is undoubtedly a provocative Islamophobic hate crime committed under the guise of freedom of expression. She said such offensive acts deeply hurt the feelings of 1.5 billion Muslims around the world and can create disharmony among the international community. The spokesperson said Pakistan has always maintained that freedom of expression comes with responsibilities. She urged the international community to raise its collective voice against Islamophobia and work together to promote interfaith harmony and peaceful coexistence. Mumtaz Zahra Baloch also stressed upon the Netherlands authorities to be mindful of the sentiments of the people of Pakistan and the Muslims around the world and take steps to prevent such hateful and Islamophobic acts. This is Radio Pakistan. The Election Commission of Pakistan has proposed holding of elections of the Punjab and Khyber Pakhtunkhwa assemblies by mid-April this year. Secretary Election Commission of Pakistan Omar Hamid Khan has sent separate letters to principal secretaries of respective governors in this regard. The Election Commission suggested holding of the Punjab Assembly elections between April 9th to April 13th and Khyber Pakhtunkhwa Assembly elections between April 15th and April 17th. Pakistan's permanent representative to the United Nations, Munir Akram, has called for a new strategy of persuading the interim Afghan government to heed the international community's concerns over political and human rights in the country to continue the global support for its suffering people. In an interview with BBC, he said strategy that has been followed so far of leveraging international assistance in order to pressurize the Taliban to what the international community wants has not been successful. The ambassador warned if the international support or humanitarian assistance for Afghanistan is cut off, Pakistan will have to face a dire situation. He expressed his belief to continue engagement, humanitarian assistance and support for economic revival in Afghanistan because that is the only way out for the Afghan people to emerge from poverty and the dire situation they face. About the issue of Afghan women, he said Pakistan has been trying to persuade the Taliban to allow access to females as certainly their role in the international assistance program is important. At the United Nations, Pakistan has urged the international community to take collective action to protect the people of occupied Palestine and the Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir. Pakistan's Deputy Permanent Representative to the United Nations, Amir Khan, while addressing a special meeting in New York, said for over 7 decades, India, through force and fraud, has denied the inalienable right of self-determination to the Kashmiris in violation of multiple resolutions of the United Nations Security Council. The Pakistan envoy also drew the world's attention to the systematic campaign underway in India by activists of Hindutva, where Muslims are murdered by lynch mobs, subjected to periodic pogroms, and robbed of their livelihoods and citizenship under the patronage of the ruling Bharatiya Janata Party Rashtriya Swayam Sevak Sangh regime. Kashmiris on both sides of the line of control and the world over will observe the Indian Republic Day tomorrow as Black Day to impress upon the international community to take notice of the continued denial by India to implement United Nations resolutions on the Kashmir dispute. The call for the observance of the Black Day has been given by the All Parties Hurriyat Conference. The objective to mark Black Day is to draw the world attention towards massive human rights violations being committed by the Indian forces in the Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir. In Azad Jammu and Kashmir, rallies and demonstrations have been arranged at the district and tehsil levels. In the capital Muzaffarabad, Kashmir Liberation Commission and Pasbani Hurriyat Jammu and Kashmir have arranged rallies to observe the Black Day. In India, students have announced to show BBC documentary about Prime Minister Narendra Modi in all states that the government has dismissed as propaganda. Earlier at the Jawaharlal Nehru University in New Delhi, screening was disrupted by a park cut and intimidation by the rivals. And now cricket. The second T20 between Pakistan women and Australia women teams will be played at Hobart tomorrow. The match will start at 1 p.m. Pakistan Standard Time. Australia women is leading the 3-match series 1-0 by winning the first T20 by 8 wickets. And finally, the weather report. Rain, snow over hills is expected in Upper Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Northeast Punjab, Islamabad, Kashmir and Gilgit-Baltistan during the next 12 hours. Moderate to heavy rain snowfall is expected at a few places in Upper Khyber Pakhtunkhwa and Kashmir. And that is the end of this news bulletin. For more news and analyses, log on to our website, radio.gov.pk, and you can also watch the live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.